Let's talk about some examples of the narrative control. Private boarding schools from the beginning of America and when the West was being westward migration. So as Americans moved west, we ran into Native Americans along the way. So being Americans and again, ignorant and all of the things that we in theory have grown from in the last 600 years, we pushed the Indians further west until there was nowhere for them really to go. But then we would take their kids and we would put them in private boarding schools that was run by the church. And again, pick a church. It doesn't matter whether it's Catholic, Mormon, in any of the churches where you have those patriarchal societies and the patriarchal structures, especially in past times before transparency, there were a lot of abuses and powerful men took advantage of their roles. That is something that has absolutely come to light as additional research and additional information has been gained and gleaned from the experiences of Native children in these private boarding schools. It was torture. It was just absolute torture. Let's talk about what that narrative was with these schools. The face of it was that these religions were doing Native American children this great service by providing them an education and teaching them in Western modern ways. But in reality, these children were being abused sexually, mentally, physically. They were not being treated appropriately so that they could not actually get the benefit that they were being told were coming to them. So these are things that we can find out in hindsight. Another where there is a great example of narrative control during the Vietnam War and the Pentagon Papers. The Pentagon was coming out regularly saying that America was winning this war. And the problem that caused so much issues with these soldiers coming back is that none of them experienced everything that they're being told they're experiencing when they come back. So we have gaslighting at a freaking federal government level that is impacting the soldiers who are coming back from Vietnam because they're being told everything's going great. We're really doing great over there. And that is not what they experienced in any size, shape, or color. So that is another example of how in America that narrative was being controlled to influence the American people for support, to send soldiers so that as people were being drafted, they would want to go when their birthday got pulled. The problem is that the soldiers who were over there experiencing it were not experiencing any of it.